Assalamu alaikum. In the most holy name of Allah, the all-wise, the true and living God, the one who came to us in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, and in the name of the last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, let me greet everyone with the nation's greetings of peace and of paradise of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Brother Minister told you right. Give him another round of applause, please. We live in a time where people don't like righteous people. In fact, I go so far as to say sometimes they hate righteous people. Am I right or wrong? They would prefer that the world would just be on a downhill fall, a spiral to hell, and that everything around them could be just as sinful, rotten, and corrupt as the day is long. They don't like holy people. Because why? You fear God. You trust only in God. You have no confidence in the world. They have a problem with that. And if you are doing anything to try to represent God or anything to bring people to God, believe me, you got negativity out there that will resist it, and they will do everything in their power to stop you from becoming the righteous person you know you should be. If you try to build a place for people to come and learn of God, do you know there's people that will fight that?
Yes.
Did y'all know that? If you decide, well, I want to build a house of worship, I want to do something that will cause people to pay more attention to God, there's people that will fight that. But thanks to Allah, Master Farah Muhammad, we come and were raised from one of his best messengers, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He sacrificed for 44 long years to build a government, an empire, a place that black people can be saved from the clutches of this bold, ruthless devil that we have been, held by here in this country. There's people who will do everything in their power not to let the messenger's work come forward. They have done so many things to try and block it. They've done so many things to try and stop it. They present to you all manner of negativity, hoping that you will bite on that. Because if they can get you to bite on that, they could begin to block your righteous salvation. What do you really want out of life? Are you happy as you are? Are you content with the station you have in life? Are you happy with where your people are? Are you content with your people's station in life? Do you think God is one who would not see you? Would not see your fight? Do you think God is one who wouldn't see your struggle? Wouldn't see what you're going through as a person? Listen, Allah sees all. Am I right?
You're right, sir.
It says that I, Allah, am the best knower. That's how it's written in the Holy Quran. Now, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, we believe, in fact, I'm beyond belief now, I know he met face to face with God.
Right.
Almighty God Allah.
Right.
And if Allah told him what to do you think I'm going to listen to some Rudy Poo, Johnny come lately plans and schemes and things that are going to be superior to what came right out of the mouth of God? I would be a fool to do that. Am I right or wrong? I'm going to accept what comes out of the mouth of local yokels over top of what came directly out of the mouth of God. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he owned land. Right?
Yes, sir.
He owned property. Am I right? He owned factories. He owned schools. Am I right?
You're right, sir.
Am I right or wrong? He owned banks. Am I making any of it up?
No, sir.
He put in place for us a blueprint that we should follow for success. And it's called the economic blueprint of the Nation of Islam. Am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
At the very top of that blueprint, the place that everything comes out of is the temple. How many people seen the blueprint?
Yes, sir.
The temple, then there's land that branch off to schools, housing, land. You understand? It keeps extending into more and more things.
Yes, sir.
But if you don't have the temple, that's like trying to put together a crossword puzzle without the main piece. You'll never get that puzzle together.
That's right.
Not without the main piece.
Right.
Our people need temples.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And we need them like yesterday. Not just only today. We need them like yesterday.
That's right.
I've watched people try every kind of plan. They had a brother, his name was Class 13X. He felt, like many do today, that there's no need for temples. Am I right?
Right.
That you are God yourself. You are the temple yourself. All you got to do is stockpile lessons, right? And if you stockpile enough lessons, you will be the temple and no need of a physical building. Right? Is that what he believed? But they found out quickly they had to open a building on 125th Street quickly. Because you have to have that structure. Do you understand? To teach from, you're not going to be just in your living room, you the temple. And some people are insulting and vulgar with the way they respond to you when you ask them about these things. And look at the arrogance. I wouldn't take no one to any of these temples anywhere in the country. Personally, I'd rather take them to my home and living room and show them what, the messenger wanted. You don't know what the messenger wanted. Because if you knew, you would be laying brick on a temple. Do you understand? Praise be Allah. You see? But what it is all about jealousy. You know, some people can't go on vacation with us unless they drive. Did y'all know that? They got to be the driver. They want to go on a vacation. They want to enjoy the sandy beach and have fun, play with the beach ball. They want to do it all. But they won't go unless they can be some kind of star in the car. They got to be the driver. They don't want to ride shotgun. They want to be the actual driver. And when they find out you're not going to let them drive, I don't want to play. I don't want to go. Count me out. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know, I'd rather not be bothered with it. Am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
But you've been driving for a long time. Some of them. Am I right?
Right.
Drove all across America trying to start what? Temples. Allah didn't bless them. The wisdom of Allah let the wax lay right up in their ears. And they failed. And they became an embittered person. You ever seen a chicken when you throw water on it? A wet hen, as they call it? It's angry. Walking around the barnyard, wet, shaking feathers. You understand? Angry. Because they could not be successful. You understand? In their attempt to build temples. So now it becomes a thing where they look at a person that's building temples, and the first thing they do is, you know, when you want to catch a bird, you put salt on his tail. Anybody ever heard that term before? You put salt on his tail so it can't fly.
Right.
You know. So here is you got poor brothers trying to build temples. So since I couldn't do it, it's not that I don't like temples, it's not even that I don't believe in temples. Fact about it, I'm supposed to be a sister minister in one of them, personally, myself. You know, not that I don't, but the fact that I can't build it, I can't drive, I can't do it. See, now it's a terrible thing. See, we need to get out of that.
Yes, sir.
Jealousy and envy destroys from within.
Yes, sir.
Because you couldn't do it, and Allah blessed someone else to do it, Don't be angry with that brother.
Right. That's right.
Don't be angry with that brother who's successful. Do you understand? The Quran clearly states, and if you wasn't arrogant, pompous, and nasty like you are, you'd see it. The Quran says nothing happens except by Allah's permission.
Yes, sir.
Allah must be allowing this stuff.
Yes, sir.
You understand? So I can't prove anything. So I'll begin to find fault. Right away, I flip the messages book open and I see it right there, jumping out at me, winking at me. Right? Winking at me. Right? Fault finders must stay away. Fault finders have been a problem all the way back to when hypocrites had the messenger on the run. These fault finders are not new, but what are you going to do to guard your salvation? Are you going to bite on that? Huh? Are you going to stand up for yourself and try to be successful in life? Or are you going to let somebody weak, jealous, embittered because they failed? You going to let them control your destiny? Right quick, I would ask the question. All right, let's shut them down tomorrow then, brother. If you think you got the thing right, where you going to put in this place? Right. It's just like the Republican Party thing. They want to kill everything Barack Obama do, but they ain't got nothing to put in his place. And these people running around hollering, don't this, that, temple. They have nothing to put in his place. And I'll tell you something. This may help you understand why our job has been so hard. It may help you understand why we struggle so heartily. Somebody tried to sprinkle salt on us so we couldn't fly. We couldn't soar. But Allah got us.
That's right.
Allah is in full control. You understand? Praise be Allah. You see? And I'll tell you something. Y'all heard me teach on the fox and the grapes. How many of you were here that week that I taught on that? It's an old fable. The fox went out and he seen the grapes. They were ripe, beautiful, ready for eating, and anybody would want some, but they were high. And the fox jumped, and he jumped. He tried to get them. He couldn't reach the grapes. He jumped all he could, panted a while, jumped some more. Finally, he realized, I ain't going to be able to get them. You know what the fox said? Oh man, they was probably sour anyway. I don't want it. That's what we're looking at in niggas. Because that's what we're dealing with, to behave, to go against everything Messenger Elijah Muhammad teaches. You got to be a nigga. Am I right or wrong? You got to be one who lacks understanding. Because if you understood, it's no way you would go against what the messenger teach. He built temples. Was he crazy?
No, sir. No, sir.
It's like the Quran say, a madman. Was he crazy?
Yes, sir.
Did he do it so it could be destroyed at a later date?
No.
No. He always talked about a glorious future for us, didn't he? He always talked about the bottom being the top. Am I right? He always talked about our successes. He never talked about how we would fail. The only thing the messenger mentioned is the nation is going to take a fall. Right? He said, but it will be rebuilt.
Yes, sir. Rebuilt.
What in hell do they think we're trying to do in these temples?
Right.
Huh? What in hell do they think we are trying to do? We are in hell. Y'all do know that. I wouldn't want someone to come back and say, oh, he cusses. You understand? You understand? I wouldn't want that. God forbid that. You understand? But I'm telling you, what in hell do they think we are trying to do in Muhammad's temples? We are trying to what? Build the kingdom of God. Right. We're trying to do what Messenger Elijah Muhammad wanted us to do. Right. And again, I repeat, everybody attacking that, they have nothing. Sour grape story. That's all they got is a sour grape story. I didn't really want to temple anyhow. Yes, you did. That's why you joined the Key AAA Motor Club, drove all across America, from hither and beyond, there and to and fro, and everywhere to try to get one open. But now that you are not successful, you see ministers having some success. Remember, what the lesson say? Envy and jealousy destroys from within.
Yes, sir.
I can only hit him with a riding cane. You know, why can't we all just get along? You know, why can't you just go ahead on and do what you're doing? And why can't you just go ahead on and let the temples build what they're building? Why can't you follow the messenger's teachings and do collective, work in unity? You understand? He never said one thing, this or that would be the nation. Right? He never said it would be land. He never said it would be temples. He never said it would be real estate. He never said it would be any one thing. Am I right?
Right.
All of these things are necessary
That's right.
for us to have a nation.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
All of them. But remember what I said. Some people think if it's not the thing they're doing, it must be wrong. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I have a paper. So if you don't sell the paper, you're not a believer. You follow me now? I have land. So if you don't work the land, you're not a believer. Can y'all see it now?
Yes, sir.
We want to run a grocery business. If you're not down with being a butcher and wear the right smock, you ain't a believer. All of it.
Right.
Nations have all of that in there. The baby needs shoes, so we need cobblers. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, it gets cold up in the Northeast. We need hats. We need a hatter.
Right.
Do you understand? We need everything. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
You understand? You want to look nice. So you need a groomer. You understand? We need all of these things. But for someone to try to pretend that what they're doing is the only way, to me, that doesn't make any sense. The temple, let's remember the blueprint. The lines come down, the school, right?
Yes, sir.
The land, the factories, it comes down, property, family. Do you understand what I'm saying? We need it all. They need to start looking at the big picture. But, jealousy blinds people. You ever seen somebody blindly, insanely jealous?
Yes, sir.
They don't see nothing. I just looked in there, my people was with somebody else, you understand? I went off. Next thing I knew, they was putting the cuffs on me. But you understand? Blindly, insanely jealous. And that's what I think we're dealing with here, y'all. I think we're dealing with someone that's blindly, insanely jealous. Favor is never fair.
Jeez.
When a law favors you,
Jeez.
can't nobody stop you from getting that favor.
That's right.
You understand?
Right.
And it ain't fair.
That's right.
You know? You understand? You understand? You understand? Maybe you wish it was you having a big Savior's Day. Right? Maybe you wish it was you that had people across the country paying attention to you. Right? Listening to you. But Allah favors who He please. If you didn't get favored, nothing happens except by Allah's permission. You understand? You didn't get favored. We are blessed here at Temple number 12.
Yes, sir.
Right? We have a consistent flow of believers.
Right.
Some Sundays you come in, you can't, we're standing on the back wall. Some Sundays you come in, it's just a few. But it's consistent.
Right.
And we are consistently growing. And the Lord blesses us all the time with new believers. And we just keep right on moving. And we thank Allah. And we thank Allah. And we can't thank Allah enough.
Right.
I'm not going to look over, 1,000 miles from where I live at the favor Allah's putting on somebody. and get jealous. Ooh, I can't stand it. Ooh, I'm way over here somewhere. He's way over there, but he working out. Oh, I can't take it. That's bad.
Teach.
That's bad.
Yes, sir.
What business is it of yours what's happening in another city?
Right, right, right.
Right? And who made people like that an authority over us?
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Allah gave us a messenger. And our messenger, do you understand? Is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Right. No other.
Our messenger is not some good brother that stands in the ranks. Because that's about the only place you're going to be standing with me, is in the ranks. You're not going to be no official authority or nothing. Because Messenger Elijah Muhammad got that on lockdown. It's secure. You're never going to take his place. You understand? You could turn green, swim up into a bubble and bust. Do you understand? But I'm telling you, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he is our messenger.
Yes, sir.
We follow what he say. We don't care nothing about what other people say. Am I right or wrong? Most of them are just jealous.
Right.
That's the truth. Most of them are just jealous. And then you have that group that the devil bankrolls.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
The devil props them up, bankroll them. They standing out there looking shiny as a diamond, pretending to represent me and you. But when you eat the devil's bread, you're going to dance to his ditty. Do you understand? If you take that money from that devil,
Right.
you're going to do what that devil tells you to do. Now, a lot of them say, oh, that's not true. You can do it without doing that. I beg your pardon. Most of them don't even realize. The only thing the devil got to do is knock on their door.
Yeah.
And they don't let him in. And all that non-profit money is gone. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you can't do that. You understand?
Right.
If you don't want to let white people in your place, you better stay independent. Because if you don't do it, you have to let him in.
Right.
You go to jail for that.
Right.
That's fraudulently getting funds.
Right.
Right? Pretending that you are a public place for the public, and then slam the door on somebody. You understand? Hey, it's not going to fly with the devil. Do you follow me?
Yes, sir.
We had to be thinking too. We must be thinking too. Our people are suffering. We're hungry. We're naked. We're out of doors. Some people think, well, I don't see no problem with white people. Well, let's take a look at Duck Dynasty. Y'all been following Duck Dynasty, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Everybody know.
Yes, sir. We know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they like to pretend he's some crazy off-the-cuff white guy from the woods.
Right.
But he represents the mind of white people.
That's right.
I'm talking about legitimately.
Yes, sir.
They say, oh, he talked about gays. He talked about black people. Said we was happy niggas. Said when we was in slavery and Jim Crow, we was happy niggas. He said, he used to look out in the field. Everybody looked pretty happy to him. You understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? He said, yeah, they was singing heaven songs and everything. Do you understand? You see? Yeah, it wasn't no problems. You know? So they said, well, we got to let you go. Right? The station said, we can't carry nothing like this. You know, you talking about people here. You know? They fired him. Or they laid him off. Said he ain't never getting back. Contracts are gone. That devil's working.
Teach.
They called him back. Did y'all know they renewed that devil's contract? That devil's back at work, man. He back to report more on us happy niggas. You understand? He ready to talk more about gay people. Do you understand? You want to be independent. You better remain independent. Because once you start dealing with the devil and taking what the devil got, you can't speak freely.
Right.
Do you understand? The reason they can hire that man back is what? They not 501c3. That's their company. You understand? That's their company. They hire who they want.
Right.
Our people We need help. We've been fed a constant diet of we all one people. Can't we get along? And they're always talking about this great dream of Dr. Martin Luther King. Am I right? They're always talking about we're going to celebrate Dr. King's birthday. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
But Dr. King needs to learn that my man is right back working at Duck Dynasty. He needs to learn these things. He needs to learn that when they was harness animals, only animals, Savage will do the knockout game. Them niggas is knocking white people out in New York City. And did y'all see the news? You see the news? A filthy young white devil knocked I think he was an 80-year-old black man with the knockout game. And he has a Facebook page where he hates niggas and a Twitter page where he plainly hates niggas. And it was no accident that he went out there and he got the black man like that. It was no accident. He's being charged with a hate crime. But most of them are trying now not to, the white stations make it look like he did anything really wrong. They're reporting it, but they're not reporting it like they did on us. Look at these animals. Here's a picture. Look how they got him. And I got to admit, those little young boys was socking him. I got to bear witness the truth. Wow! You see white guy hang out, tongue hang out his head. You know what I'm saying? I got to admit it. But they trying to bring this one through like it ain't that bad. You see what I'm saying? It's two rules of justice in this country. Just us means just what it says. It's the white man saying to you, it's just us that gets treated fairly, not you.
Right.
You understand? It's two sets. You do something, you're going to get the maximum penalty of the law. He do something, they told that little rich devil, judge let him go. He said he was too rich to understand what he was doing.
Right. Possibly.
Yes, he was, what did she call it? It was a name for, he was too rich. The way he was raised with all this cash, he didn't realize what he was doing. Do you understand? He was insane with cash. So, therefore, we had to let him go. And they gave him some community service or something like that. Kill 4 people. Put something like 3 more in the hospital. Y'all follow what I'm saying? But he had cash. The cash, he wasn't right. He didn't know how to live like regular people.
Right.
You understand? See? So if that's the case, shouldn't you be let go for poverty?
Right.
Huh? If that's the case, it seems like you should have been so hungry and deprived. That Jesus said, well, we know he's simple. We know he definitely, he ain't in his right mind. But they don't do that. What they do? They try to look in the book and see how many more years they can add to your sentence. Am I right? God is a God of justice. He sits high and he looks low. And he takes care of his own. Keep that in mind. Right? It's a saying that goes like this. It says, wrong, right is forever on the scaffold, like building. Like y'all took the scaffold down, brother. It said, right is always on the scaffold, trying to build something. Wrong is forever sitting on the throne. Seems like they get everything, don't it? But just remember, the scaffold sways the future into an unknown zone. And God watches over his own. Keep that in mind. Because you keep building. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about the people who hate what you're doing. Don't get caught up in people who are just just out the loop, insanely jealous. You know what I mean? You see? And you know what the odd thing about it is? The people they're jealous about, they probably drinking milk and bean pie at night, reading the Quran, going to bed. Don't care about them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't even care about them. Just go ahead on and keep getting their blessings. You know, just wake up in the morning, oh man, look, blessed again. You understand what I'm saying? Oh my God, ooh, that's another blessing. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Don't even care nothing about that. You see? You know? All of us, we have to remember to submit to the will of Allah. If you submit to God, He'll bless you. There's no circumstance in your life that can come that you can't get out of. None. I've seen people in situations that look like dire, look like it's over now. Curtains for him. In no way he coming out from under this one. But then favor come in. And all of a sudden, where he looked like he was going to be lost or destroyed, he comes out of that like a shining example to the rest. Comes out of that on top, doing better than most. But you know what the key to the whole thing is? You got to believe it in your heart. You got to believe in your heart that a Savior came for you and He's giving you all the tools you need. You understand? To make you a self-savior. To make it so that you now have the ability to not rely on outside forces. That you'll dig down into what's in you, the essence of you, and make things happen. I tell you, raising four, I remember that everything that a man could do to get honest money, I did it. I seen nothing in the money jar. Do you understand? And I looked and I said, the baby's got to eat. You know what I mean? I got to eat. You know what I'm saying? You know, I better get out of here. I have taken like earrings and walked in and out of clubs and made so much money it scared me. I got nervous. But people don't get no money like this weekly. Do you understand? Favor. You understand? Favor. But you got to believe in your heart.
That's right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If you believe, you'll be successful. You ever seen a fight where the fight get ready to break out, they want to fight you, and you come out and boom, you jump back like that? You already lost the fight.
All right.
Fight's over. Fight's over. You lost. You scared. You lost the fight. You see what I'm saying? Don't even expect. Don't even expect. Don't even expect to win. You know, it's over. You lost the fight. See, because you had fear.
Right.
See, you know, boom, yeah, what, woo, woo, man. Look, man, you know, you can't push up on people like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? See now, do you see the difference? Can you see the difference? You got to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you go far. Even the schoolyard bully.
That's right.
Run into the biggest punk in the yard. But if that punk got the nerve to stand up and say, not today, not in my, you understand? No, and run the risk of the beatdown.
Right. Teach.
9 times out of 10, run the risk. 9 times out of 10, the bully gonna say, you know what, this little nigga got hard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now go and get somebody else. You know? Did you understand what I'm saying? You see? Believe that you serve a true and living God. Believe He'll bring you through. Watch the miracles start happening in your life.
Yes, sir.
Watch the changes.
That's
The
right.
things you've been hoping for, wanting, watch they start materializing.
That's right.
Watch you start catching yourself going further. You know, people, you know, y'all don't know it, but people envy you.
That's right.
Did y'all know that? See, but the thing is, we just doing us, and we don't realize.
And don't realize.
We just doing us. You know why they're angry with you, brother Captain? You blessed, you favored. You understand? You know, you doing things that, do you understand? You know, do y'all follow what I'm saying? Even our trials, even the changes we're put through, they're there for a purpose.
Right.
They're to make you understand that you don't have to be successful. to make you realize what? I can hold back favor. Right? I can give it or I can hold it back. But once you submit to that and you realize that's what's going on, what? You're going to do better. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
You're going to do better. So we have to think in our hearts and know for sure that Allah is with us. We have to know for sure that Allah is definitely going to be backing us up. He's definitely going to be doing the things, right, that we need done in our life, as long as we're righteous and doing the things, you know, He wants us to do. You see, and if we do that, we're fine. Everybody good? Praise be Allah. I was going to read something, but I can just quote it for you. You ever heard the saying from the Bible? It says, be careful how you entertain strangers,
Yes, sir.
because you may be entertaining angels unaware. The Holy Quran says, if you want to go read it, I believe it's chapter 6, 7 through 9. It says, the people asked Allah, why didn't you send us an angel? You know, somebody that could show us the right way. And Allah answered. He said, if I were to send you an angel, I would surely send you a man.
Right.
Therefore, confusing what you already got confused. See, that's the problem. A lot of people are just confused. We've been given all kinds of wrong information, and we processed it. Now we need to learn how to dump all that negative information out of our lives and just pick up the positive and go ahead on and begin to live a decent life.
Yes, sir.
Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Does it make? I mean, everybody got it.
Yes,
You know, Allah loves you. You will find no greater friend. He gave us a messenger who loves us. The best messenger any people could have. But our people don't believe God will give us anything.
Right.
For so long we've been told that we ain't nothing.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all heard me teaching before? Neighbors talking about what? Say, well, I know a black man can do that job for you right now. Man, nigga can't do nothing for me. Huh? I don't want no nigga in my house. Am I right or wrong? For so long, we've been fed all of these negative things. But we got to begin to look at life for real. I'm thankful to Allah for all that He does for us. It's a very nasty rainy day out, pouring down rain, but we are here, aren't we? Am I right or wrong? And all praise is due to Allah. We got the new roof on and everything. You know, got the new roof on. It's warm in here. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you know, nobody gives us gas. We have to, as believers, what?
Pay for it.
Pay for it and do it ourselves. Am I right or wrong? Am I right? Nobody gives us electric. Right?
Right.
Am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
The worst thing can happen, and I'm going to leave with this. When our people, and I'm going to use our temple as an example, somebody's walking up the street and they're uncouth. They're not well kept. They're not well dressed. They are in shambles, if you will.
Right.
Isn't it ugly for us to begin laughing behind that person? Look at him. He's in shambles. Look at that grip on his coat, boy. You know what I mean? Isn't it wrong for us to do that?
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't it be much better, more responsible, and more respected in the eyes of God for us to say, brother, how you doing? Sister, how you doing? My name is brother, sister, so-and-so. I believe I have some coats, brother. If you know, if it's all right with you, I'd like to give you one. Help.
Right.
Help.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? Help. Don't attack the person. And the same thing applies to us in temples. Don't attack temples. Help temples. Do you understand what I'm